What's going on, y'all? Not the real Will Smith. And another for your... Yeah. So, this is the first video where I'm doing what is called a car talk. I was in my vehicle before, my Toyota. I did a little video like that, I think late at night. But I wouldn't really consider that like an episode 1. So we're going to count this as episode 1. And in this video, well, first of all, let's go back a little bit. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, first of all. And you're probably wondering why I'm up. I typically get up around this time between 5 and 6 a.m. to go work out for an hour and I go back to sleep. It's kind of counterintuitive, but I do it anyways. But today I'm up because I had to actually wash clothes. We have a laundromat that is in my apartment complex that is very convenient. I can literally walk to it, but I'm in my truck. Obviously, as nighttime, it's a little dark, you want to be safe. So I'm in my truck right now, my Buick Encore 2016. Doors locked. Yeah, doors locked. Just waiting for the clothes to wash and dry. Plus, no one's in there, so I don't really have to worry about a line trying to get my stuff in the washers and dryers. I can literally just be in and out in like an hour and a half, wash all my clothes and dry them. But what I want to do with this car talk is just pretty much talk about anything, how-tos, things like that. I kind of want to do something like this maybe once a week. I have the time. Obviously, I graduated already, if you guys aren't aware, and I had got out the military last year. So I have plenty of time outside of my full-time job, of course. So typically grab a glass, a little drink. I know it's early in the morning. Obviously, that's why I'm not working out. Have a little Corona with me, and we're just gonna have a talk today. Alright guys, we're back. For anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Will. I'm a car enthusiast. I like to make how-tos, go to car shows, go to car meets, talk about my own vehicles, and adding this today, car talks. So, today's topic is how do you become the best YouTuber that you can be? It all starts with mental. I'm also gonna say, sorry if I'm blinking a lot because this light is really bright, but if I don't have this light on, all you're gonna see is teeth. You gotta bear with me. Speaking of Corona, hope everyone is doing well with this coronavirus, still flourishing, making things happen. So, how do you become a good YouTuber? It starts with mental. You have to tell yourself, just like any profession, that this is something that you want to do because you genuinely care about it, right? I remember when I went in the military at the time, about 8 years ago. It's something that I really wanted to do at the time. And I wanted to make life easier on my mother, where she didn't have to worry about me. She took care of everyone. My mom was everyone's mother, And by the way, I'm adopted, so, I give her a lot of respect for doing that. But then it became a time in the military where I was good, I didn't have the passion to do it anymore. I became a sergeant, and then I was training in school to be a lieutenant in college. And when my mom passed away and I had to pretty much, help my brothers with things around my mom's home that she had got built out here in this is North Carolina, I noticed that my career kind of came to a halt when my higher ups didn't allow me to get promoted in a timely manner, So I lost passion because, I was doing so much for a profession that I loved, and in return I didn't really receive any, I won't say compensation, but I didn't receive what I wanted, period, So the reason why I bring that up is because you have to have that mindset in YouTube, You have to know what you want to put out in YouTube world, content-wise. I'm a car guy. I love cars. If you're a makeup woman, if you're a how-to person, if you're a cook, a barber, anything, whatever your niche is, you just have to know that that's something that you're passionate about, one, and B, that's something that you want to share with others with no regrets. Anything that you truly love to do, when you do it, it will be organic. It won't be forced upon. You'll see it. Your viewers will too. So it starts there with mental, right? Second thing on how to be a good YouTuber, just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. You won't know if you like it, because at first it really is going to be rough. I'll tell you that. Look at my first video. But you won't know if you like it until you do it, you know? I'm truly passionate about, first of all, YouTube. I've always wanted to do it since I was a little kid. And the fact that I love cars, I'm able to do both in one. I had made it a vision of mine when I graduated college and I got out the military that I was going to go ahead and create a YouTube and just go do car reviews, like just normal car reviews. And now it's like I do car reviews and a lot of other things. And that just kind of goes into the next topic. I had to write something down on my handy dandy notebook. Pivoting, syndication. What pivoting means is pretty much learn how to change things up while accomplishing the same goal. What I mean by that is, when I first started YouTube, I didn't know the direction that it was going in. I just was like, hey, I'm going to do a car review, you know? I did, my first review was an actual, I think it was a 2016 Camaro 2SS. Tuned, great vehicle, by the way, but I didn't really know about editing. I was using my I have a Kodak camera, and I just went ahead and did it. The second video I think I made was, I don't even remember. I just remember my first one. But the point of me saying that is I noticed that people liked the reviews, but I kind of wanted to spice things up. I wanted to see what kind of audience I could attract by doing other things. So I did other videos, like personal videos, like personal vlogs. I noticed that, you know, people like to watch that, but it wasn't the same people that liked car reviews, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm bringing in a different audience, but I'm still merging them together. They're bringing in subscribers and they're bringing in my views for the month, you know, watch views and things like that. And then I was like, hey, you know, I have a pretty nice car, like my Toyota Corolla, you know, it has a TRD ECU tune on there, straight piped, just cold air intake, you know. It's kind of where it stops on performance wise. But for what it is, it's a very nice vehicle. If you haven't seen it, just go to my previous videos. It's all over the place. Now, I would take my Toyota, you know, to different car shows, car meets and things like that, and just get the content. And I noticed that a lot more people like that, you know, because now I have a variety of different vehicles. I'm showing my own vehicle in there as well, and I'm passionate about what I do. You know, I'll just go ahead and record. Literally, you see my excitement, me looking at different vehicles and things like that. And people like to see that. It's organic. You know, it's natural. It's not forced. So that's kind of what I mean by pivoting. You know, you're mixing things in there. You're doing different things, you know. I would also collaborate with other YouTubers as well. That's a great way. It's a marketing technique, and it's also a great way to network, you know, to find out things that you're just not familiar with. Prime example, my good guy, Dominic, Freshly 335. He has a wide body Pandem 335i. Gorgeous, by the way. I actually put it right here. And he's actually detailing this truck this Friday, you know. And you know, I'm pretty good with detailing on my own, but he works at a car wash, you know, and he, you know, does that daily. So I'm curious just to see, you know, obviously how he does it. I'm gonna pay him for his services, of course. And it's good to network, because now it's like, hey, I'm learning a new trade, you know, like a professional detail, you know. Again, he does this. So it's another way to pivot. And kind of what I'm doing right now, you know, car talks That's another great way to pivot. Just something else to add to my channel. A lot of people might call it, what do you call it? A lot of people might call it a podcast. I really call it car talk. Again, I'm in my vehicle and I'm talking, real short, simple, to the point. But yeah, the next thing really is just syndication. So the book term, I did some research online. I kind of already knew what it was, but I didn't know the book term. Syndication really has a lot to do with public broadcasting. If you deal with media, journalism, mass communication, but to kind of bring it to a smaller spectrum, we'll just talk about like television media, right? Typical shows that show on different various channels. Now, syndication is duplicating, let's say, a recording of a TV show on multiple channels. So we'll say, for example, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? It came out in the 90s. It's a great, black sitcom. Great actors, actresses came out of it. And obviously, Will Smith, and the real Will Smith was in it. Now, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that starred Will Smith, it appears on different channels, various times, right? And every time that a show airs, the cast, obviously, and production get paid a certain amount, right? People watch the show on different media platforms or TV channels, and you get paid for it. It's kind of how YouTube works as well. You put your channel, or I'll say your TV channel, on YouTube, right? People watch you, and eventually you get paid. That's literally what syndication is. Now, in, we'll say, social media world, not necessarily like the TV world, the best way to syndicate, it will help you be a better YouTube, is to use the same content, obviously, but you want to put it on multiple platforms. I literally have my Instagram, not the real _Will Smith. It literally mimics what I put on YouTube. And I also add some personal things as well, because it's a little more like, hey, what I do on a daily basis, But a lot of people will be on different platforms, All of the people that, let's say, are subscribed to you on YouTube might not necessarily look at your Instagram, and vice versa. Most people that follow your Instagram might not necessarily look at your YouTube, right? But if you duplicate that, your platform, hey, and you say, hey, I have a YouTube on your Instagram platform, or if you're on Instagram, or if you're on YouTube and you're like, hey, I have an Instagram platform, you can flip-flop it, putting the same content out, and now you're bringing in more clientele. Again, another great, marketing scheme to definitely get subscribers and definitely get your watch views up. You can even use Facebook. I personally don't use Facebook for like my YouTube videos. I might post one or two, but I'm not really kind of locked in on it like I am with Instagram. But it's not saying that you can't do it. You can get monetized on YouTube and you can get monetized on Instagram, Why not have all three, So that's generally what syndication means. And also, another great thing of syndication is, let's say YouTube just goes down, right? Today. And you're like, dang, all my videos are on YouTube, right? And you didn't back it up anywhere. It's not on your phone. It's not on your laptop. It's nowhere, right? If you were to upload it to YouTube, if you were to upload it to Instagram, or if you were to upload it to Facebook, the videos are there, right? And just like you can get monetized on YouTube, again, you can get monetized on Instagram and Facebook. So it's like, hey, now you have that backup platform and you can still build it back up, So syndication and pivot, right? Two great schemes, two great things that I want to share with you guys to make you a better YouTuber. And most importantly, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, just go ahead and start. Go ahead and start. I'm not a big YouTuber by any means, and I don't compare myself to anyone else. I do have fellow YouTubers that are on par with me. They may have a little more subscribers and a little less, but I watch them as well, and their tactics might not necessarily work for me, but you'll figure out your flow. You'll figure out what works best for you, I'll say. And so far so good for me. The way I specifically pivot, if you guys are curious, I have giveaways every month to bring in my subscriber count. My goal for this year is to get to 1,000 subscribers, and typically the more subscribers that you have, the more watch views that you'll have, right? And also, it doesn't necessarily even mean that the people that subscribe to you are the ones watching your video, but obviously when you have more subscribers, your videos tend to go higher up on the trending scale just because of that subscriber count. So that's why it's my goal to just kind of get to 1,000 subscribers, because I'm going to get my watch views regardless. That's kind of how I pivot. Also, just doing different things with the family challenges. And that's something outside of car life, But a lot of people like to see my personal life as well. Just mixing it up, never doing the same thing, never becoming complacent. That's kind of how, sorry guys, that's kind of how I get it done, And I love this. I've had a lot of people ask me, it was like, you're a great leader, you could be an even greater entrepreneur, by doing this marketing tactic like Forex or Amway and things like that. And I'm not against any of them. I know great guys that make great money on there. That's cool, The reason why I won't do it now, or at least I just don't consider it right now, is because in the business world, like stuff like that, it doesn't interest me at all. It does not interest me. And even if it did interest me initially, because I'm not passionate about stuff like that, I wouldn't hang on to it long. So that's why, I kindly just tell people, thank you for reaching out to me. I appreciate that you felt that I have great potential, but it's something that's just not for me. People still push it on me, and I just don't respond afterwards. But I know me. If I'm not passionate about something, I'm not gonna give it my all, and it's a waste of my time and energy. I'm telling myself, and you guys are a witness of this first video, episode 1, that by 30, oh yeah, we're gonna be up there on YouTube. We're gonna be up there. I'm gonna be the same Will. Whole bunch of syndications, whole bunch of pivotings, but I'm gonna be up there because I love this. This is what I love to do. I love to give content to you guys. I love people that just comment, don't even, perfect strangers, and they just that love your energy, It's something about that just makes me want to continue to give content, So I hope you enjoy this video, this episode 1. Episode 2 will come out next week. I don't know what I'm talking about yet, but we got to start somewhere, right? And you should too. If you're watching this and you don't have a YouTube, go ahead and just start, if that's what you want to do. I'm not pushing it on you guys, but if you tell yourself, hey, I want to do a YouTube, but you don't have one yet, it's a good time, because you don't want to look back and be like, dang, I could have started a year ago, or I could have just started last month. Some people grow faster than others, you never know. So just think about it. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As usual, I love you guys. Take a little early morning drink. It's never too early to drink. And I will have a giveaway for this month of July. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. I've been doing typical $100 giveaways. Minus, I think, the first month I did like $50 giveaways. But I want to try something different with that too. So that's the reason why I also don't have a video out on that yet. For my subscribers, that are, hefty in that department of my YouTube. Like, they love the giveaways. Just bear with me. I'll figure out something I want to give away to you guys. I just don't think it's going to be money for this month, So bear with me on that. All right. I love y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram. It's the same thing. Not the real _ Will Smith. All right. Love y'all. Peace.